Hello. Let's check if I'm live. Okay, now am I live? Okay, I'm live. All right. Welcome back to Ask Jason Anything. This is Jason, obviously. If this is the first time you see me, welcome to my universe. And my name is Jason. I'm from Malaysia. If that's some questions that some of my audiences were asking, yeah, because I actually work with a lot of clients from the United States and the other part of the world, which I've actually never been to. Anyway, so I specialize in Facebook ads optimization, and I wouldn't say I have a lot of, I mean, all the answers related to Facebook advertising, but I do my best because I've been actually actively doing Facebook advertising since 2010, I think. I mean, that was when I started my agency. And throughout the years, I worked with thousands of Facebook advertisers from all around the world, navigating success for their Facebook advertising campaign. I mean, what I really specialize in is strategy formation, as in, like, you don't want to just run ads on Facebook just like anybody else. You want to come in with a certainty. You want to be able to build a strategy that can actually ensure you better chance of getting success. And that's what I do. And for those who have been running ads and you're already seeing traction, you want to actually take it to the next level. That's also what I do. I call it the optimization process, whereby when you already have a campaign that is working, what we do is we dive in and find out what's working, what's not. Why is it working? Because that's a lot of questions that people don't ask. So when we know why is your campaign working well and getting you the result that you desire, we can actually find out how we can actually take it to the next level, even without adding budget. You see, a lot of people were thought that in order to make more money with Facebook ads, the only way is to actually pour in more money. And for those who have tried it, you probably have, like, been hit by the reality where, it doesn't work that way. Putting in more money doesn't guarantee you more results. In fact, it's about doing the right thing to actually get the result that you desire. So it's a process that I help a lot of Facebook advertisers to level up their Facebook ads campaign. So if these are the things that you really want to, like, work on, then you can actually reach out to me. We can actually schedule a quick discussion and see whether if you are a fit for my program. And if you are, then, we can actually see if we can work together. All right. So yeah, I mean, having said that, this is not really like a paid thing over here. This is where I go live every Sunday night to answer questions about Facebook advertising. I've been doing this for like over 2 years, close to 3 years now. I mean, as you can see, it's already episode 140. I mean, there are gap weeks in between that I couldn't make it to live, but I do it almost, I'd say. Yeah, we probably have less than 10 absence, I guess. Yeah. So I do this every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time to answer your questions about Facebook advertising. So that's how it works, right? If you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising, be it about, like, like questions about features, question about tools, some challenges that you're facing, and things you don't understand about Facebook advertising, and even some Facebook ads optimization questions and all, anything. All right. If you have any questions regarding Facebook advertising, the first thing I would encourage you to do is please go to my YouTube channel. You just need to go to YouTube and search for Jason Gan. Please go to my YouTube channel and try to search for an answer. I have posted over 1,000 videos about Facebook advertising, specifically, actually, kind of like, extracted from my weekly, Ask Jason Anything Q&A questions. I mean, sessions like this. I have answered a lot of questions. Chances are I probably have touched your question before. So if you have any questions about Facebook advertising, first thing first, search for an answer if you can, right? Try to search for an answer on my YouTube channel. If you cannot find any, which is fine, okay, all you need to do is just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. So what I'm going to do next is I'll be actually extracting them, this, like screenshot and all, and I'll be answering your questions on the following Sunday. Please do not expect me to come back and reply to your comment, like answering you on the comment, because that's not what I believe in. I always believe in technical things like Facebook advertising and digital marketing should be answered in a more verbal way like this, which I want to talk to you. I may not be that good in writing, so I just want to do my best, which is, I just want to talk to you and tell you what it is all about. So yeah, so that's how it works. right? So yeah, I mean, I'm going to dive into some of the questions that I've captured in the past 1 week. We don't have a lot of them this week, so I'm just going to chill a little bit. And meanwhile, if you're here watching me live, even if you're watching the replay, if you have any questions, pop your question at the comment, which I'll do my best to cover if we are here live. Otherwise, I'll be answering your question on the following Sunday. Okay, let me take this up. So yeah, here we go. So this is Ask Jason Anything Sunday session. I've been doing this for 140 sessions already, and I definitely will keep doing this because that's what I enjoy. So if you have any questions, right, just pop. But in some cases, some of you probably will have some more pressing questions that you need immediate attention. You just can't wait for next week, and you just want to really like talk to me and see whether if I have any answers for you, or there are maybe some sensitive issues or some PNC stuff you don't want to reveal in the public. You can actually use this option instead. You can scan this QR code, and in turn this will take you to my Fiverr gig, and you can just buy me a meal, which is nominal, and then we can actually spend 30 minutes on Zoom to discuss your questions. You can join me with camera on and off, I don't mind. And the important thing is you can share screen. We can dive into certain things quick here, and we can actually look at the answers real quick. Just hopefully solve your problem in the best way possible. So if that's what you're looking for, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. Now, the first question, in fact, that I get, in fact, it's not a question, but it's a statement from Bella. So this is Bella saying, you will do whatever I say, and it's extremely complicated process. Now, Bella is referring to the steps that you should take when you have Facebook ads account permanently restricted. But having said that, I want to go over a few more things. Like the restriction, a permanent restriction on Facebook now actually has got multiple levels. Now, the easiest, okay, now, first thing first, you need to find out where to find the levels, or where are you at right now, what kind of restrictions you have, right? Go into your Facebook Ads Manager or your whatever. Okay, go to the page that you are seeing the error message, click into it, and they will usually you will be landed on the place where they will tell you what kind of restriction you have. Now, technically, what kind of restrictions we have? First, okay, which is the most common one, which is the Facebook Ads account restriction, whereby with this kind of restriction, that ad account can't be used to run ads on Facebook and Instagram anymore. And usually you have to always remember the word permanent restriction, which is written there. When it's a permanent restriction, they will tell you that this is a permanent restriction. So if it is, then you are not able to request for review. So that's usually the first step, is to check whether is it a permanent restriction. And of course, we want to find out what kind of restriction we have. It's the ad account, which is the easiest. If it's an ad account, try to create a new ad account to see whether you can actually, do that. If you can, then that means your profile is fine. Okay. Now, the other situation is if you have a business manager and your business manager is restricted. That is another situation that is quite tricky as well. But then you want to find out whether is this the business manager being restricted, or is the personal profile being restricted, which is the third kind of situation over here. If it's a business manager being restricted, try to see if you can actually create another business manager. If you can, then you're safe. Otherwise, then we will come to the last part, which is if you are being restricted at the profile level. Okay, so you go in, just click on any error message you see, and then just try to go in and see whatever restrictions you have. Then you will land on the page where it looks like, it will tell you that what kind of restrictions you have. You are not allowed to run ads and everything. See if the word permanent is there. If permanent is there and the name, your profile name is being at the top of it, then you are actually being restricted from the profile level. Now, we used to have what do we call account quality, which is now no longer available. Okay, it is still there, but it rename it, and it's not as easy to get into as it used to be. So that's the problem about Facebook, right? They always like to change things and move things and make life complicated for us. So yeah, just follow the dots and everything, the red messages and all that. Just try to go in and see where you are. Now, I'm not just going to tell you if you are at the worst case scenario. I've already given you, if you're not at the worst case, if you're only ad account restricted, you try to do this. If you're only business manager restricted, try to do this. And if you are a profile permanently restricted, usually on the right-hand side, the request review button is being grayed out and everything is kind of like locked out. You won't be able to talk to any Meta people and all that. This is it. Okay, so if this is the situation that you're facing right now, usually what we do is borrow someone else's profile. My first advice here is do not create a new profile to do whatever that follows, because usually Facebook do not like a new profile. Immediately you create a new one and you start doing all this, they would usually 99% of time they will just block you out, and it's a permanent restriction. So what we do is we borrow someone else's profile. You get me? So borrow from your friend, from your parents, from your daughter, from your son, and I don't care. But that profile must be around for a while. It cannot be a newly created one. That's the rule number one. All right. So use that profile, go in, okay, and then after that, try to create a new business manager. Always start from the new business manager level. Okay, just go to business.facebook.com/overview, start a business manager, and then immediately go in, create a new page, create a new ad account, and start running ads. Now, there are about like 50% of chances you will get into a restriction. Do not panic, okay? That restriction is just meant to verify that you're a real human. Just do whatever they ask you to do. Usually is about getting the two-factor authentication, submitting a proof photo and your ID and everything, and you're good to go. So immediately once you have done all this, create a business manager, create a new ad account, create a new page, and start running ads right away. The whole idea here is you want to warm up the whole account, and then eventually everything's getting better and better. I mean, in terms of like the standings and everything, that's how you actually navigate this thing. Okay, it is slightly complicated, but the whole idea here is we just want to do the right thing, because remember, I always like to tell people that, look, we're not trying to get the account back. Frankly, it's not really important. No, I've been using this for 14 years, 15 years. Who cares? Really? What I really want is I want to get back into running ads. That's what I want to do. So usually that's the case, right? Focus on the right thing to do, which is we want to get back into running ads. So just go through the steps and do not do anything Meta do not allow you to do. Then you will be safe. Okay. Now, just in case, if you watched up to now and you say that, really, I do not know where I am right now, can I seek for your advice and help? Yes, I do. You know, I do offer this as a quick service. All you need to do is scan this QR code. It will land you on my Fiverr, buy me a mail, and we will actually be able to spend 30 minutes on Zoom. Make sure you have Zoom installed in your computer and not using the web version. So what we will do is we will have to do a screen share. I might have to take over your screen, and then eventually we will find out where are you at right now, and I will be giving you the proper steps to take in order to get back into running ads. If that's what you need, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you. Okay, so that's the first question I get. And the second question is coming from Mara. So this is a quick answer that I'm just going to address, Mara. It's about like this is one of my popular videos about how to create a privacy policy link for Facebook ads for free, because when you're running ads, let's say, especially if you're running a lead generation ads, you are required to put in a privacy policy, which is, if you already have a website, the easiest way is just pop in your website URL and everything should be fine. But what if you don't have a website? Okay, my workaround is you can actually create a Google Doc. Just create a Gmail account and create a Google Doc, create a document, and then after that, you can actually, paste an entire privacy policy in there. All you need to do is just make this document public, viewable public, and then use that link, put it into the lead form and whatever, and you are okay. That's how to go through that. And in this video itself, if you need help, you can just go to this video. I also attach a sample of privacy policy that I usually provide to my clients, and it's free. Do not try to request for access. Just right click, download the whole thing into your file, and then after that you do your editing from there, or you just copy the whole damn thing, paste it into the document, and do whatever you need to do. Okay, so Mara was saying the link was not working. I actually tested before I go live just now. It's 100% working. So try again, because before I go live, I just had a few people actually requested, access and all that, which is not, you don't do that, right? Just click left, top left, click on the file button and download the whole damn thing. That's it. Just take it. Do not request, what do we call access. It's public. You just take it. Okay. Yeah. So try again, Mara. Thanks. Okay. Now, then we have another question coming from Lawrence. Okay. Lawrence posted this on my latest video about whether your Facebook ads are getting expensive. So Lawrence is saying, is there any plan for my Facebook ads masterclass in November 2023? Oh yeah, thanks for asking. Because I actually kind of forgot about it. Yeah, I am. Okay. I mean, this is my only live Facebook ads training, which I call it the Facebook ads masterclass. So for anyone who wants to learn the proper way of running Facebook ads, like backed up by my over more than a decade of running experience running Facebook ads for over, a few thousand Facebook ads, Facebook advertisers, helping, coaching, and even setting up for them. So yeah, I mean, if you want to learn Facebook advertising in the proper way, I would actually recommend that you join my next Facebook ads masterclass. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just whether you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, scan this QR code and see what's the next date. And if that date works for you, just sign up. Because yeah, as I'm making this video now, it's already October 2023. And if you scan this, we're gonna have our last Facebook Ads Masterclass in 2023 coming up in November, mid-November. So this is the training that you want to go through if you are not sure how to do Facebook ads the right way and you want to go use the proper way and you want to learn the proper way of running Facebook ads. I will recommend this. Now, a few things that I'll be covering. First, I will talk about the logical process of choosing the right Facebook ads objective. There are certain like gray area here and there. I will give you the guideline of how do you choose the right one. So the first thing. Second thing is I will talk about the way I structure my Facebook ads campaign. When I say Facebook ads campaign, that means I definitely will have more than one ads running simultaneously. So how do we structure the campaign? What is my Facebook ads strategy framework and all that? I'll be sharing with you and, like even demo to you, how do I set up the structure, okay, in the training itself. So that's one part that you have to learn. It's a very important thing to learn. And of course, when we dive into the setup, it will be a live setup, which I will walk you through step by step. We would definitely talk about how do we use the audiences. Now, there are three types of audiences, like, the target audience, custom audience, and lookalike audience. I would actually show you how to use each one of them, how to use it the right way. And then we will also talk about, what kind of creative that is working right now, because I coach businesses from all around the world. Some of them, rare cases, I do set up their campaign and I have, like firsthand information about what kind of ads that is working, what kind of format that is working right now. I probably can give you some guideline over here. So that's one part that I'll be covering. And then of course, we will always end with the analytical framework, whereby, it's easy to set up ads, but how do you know whether it's working or not? How do you analyze the campaign performance? So that is where we end. So yeah, so that's what we cover. It's a 3-hour live training. If you can, definitely the time will be in Malaysia time zone. So it may not be the best time for everyone from, wherever you are from. But nonetheless, if that's what you want to learn, join nonetheless, because you will be getting the recording, which can be very useful whenever you need to come back and revisit and relearn the whole thing. So yeah, that's the whole idea, right? I will give you the entire recording for life. You don't need to give it back to me. There is no expiry date. Just keep it, okay? So yeah, so that's the deal, right? But if you can join me live, that would be better, because usually after the training, I will open a 15 minutes kind of Q&A session. And if you have any questions that you want to ask real quick, then we will definitely address that after the training itself. So that's the whole deal, right? Scan this QR code, and I look forward to see you in my next FB Ads Masterclass. Okay. Now, thanks, Lawrence, for asking this. And back to that, then Lawrence has another question. So Lawrence's question here is, what is the strategy to run ads on Facebook Reels? Is there any benefits to run ads on Reels? If there is any available? Yeah, the answer here is, if you do have a lot of videos in that, like vertical format, in the Reels format or Stories format, or even some call like the TikTok format, you definitely want to consider run ads only for this optimizing for this placement. Like, let me give you an example. I've got a client who only run ads on Reels and Stories, and they are doing really, really good, because the audiences are all there and they are more responsive when they are on Reels and Stories. But having said that, I wouldn't say that this is suitable for everyone. So it really depends on your situation. But if your general question is real a right place to run ads? If that's what you think, asking right now, whether it's Facebook Reels, Facebook Stories, Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, my answer is definitely yes. But having said that, whether it works for your business or it works for your audience or not, we need to test it out. That's the whole idea. Okay, Lawrence? Okay, now thanks. And I hope to see you in the next Facebook Ads Masterclass and we can chat more from there. Okay, right. Then before I go, I have this very, very general but very important question that I get from my audiences, which is how to lower Facebook ads cost. Now, if you have been running ads for a while, you will realize that usually after you run ads for a while, the campaign, the cost per result will usually come up. And or there will be situation where you are trying to compare to your previous campaign. Let's say you're running a lead generation campaign right now, and when you compare to last year same time, let's say for example a year ago, you realize that the cost per lead has increased, some actually quite significantly, and you want to find out why and how can we do to what can we do to lower Facebook ads cost. Now let me explain to you why there are some certain such thing as cost difference. Now you have to always remember the cost per lead, cost per result, cost per sales, cost per purchase. These are only average cost. When you're running ads on Facebook, the real cost that you're paying is cost per thousand impression, which we call the CPM. So one of the main factor that why your Facebook ads cost per result or costs are getting expensive is because probably if you compare to last year, CPM now is higher than CPM last year. A few reasons. CPM is really a variable that we have no control over in most ways, all right? Because it's really defined by the objective that you're selecting or the audience that you're targeting. The more niche it is, as in like the audience, okay, the more niche the audience is, usually the harder to reach them, and of course the CPM will become higher. So that's one part. So that's for sure. So you have to check whether are you target similar audience. If not, then you probably want to try targeting the same audience less as what you did last year and see whether you can actually yield back the same CPM. But I would say most of the time it will not, because CPM always increase and it actually fluctuates from time to time. Why? Because let's say, for example, when there is a time where a lot more advertisers are coming into the market, it will push the CPM to come up as well. So you always have to see whether if this is the reason why your cost per result is expensive, it's actually caused by CPM. So that's one factor. Now, on the other hand, the other factor that might decide your cost per result of your Facebook ads result is the user behavior, the intention of interacting with your advertisement. So what I want you to check is, you want to see the CTR, is it the similar as what we did last year? If you're actually doing a comparison like this. Maybe last year, similar time, there were not so much so-called distractions and not so many events going on, then probably the CTR was fantastic. And now, because a lot of things changed, the user behavior changed, or probably you were using the same ad as last year, but people no longer respond to this kind of advertisement, which is also possible, which pulls down your CTR, which in a way is why your cost per result is expensive. So if this is the problem, then you probably want to consider tweaking your ad format, and see, what are the latest so-called favorable ad format or ad creative direction, that are more resonating among your audiences. You probably have to start tweaking your creative, your copywriting and all that. So yeah, so that's one part. So generally, I would be looking at as a start, let's take a look at the CPM and the CTR. If it's a CPM, then I told you how to actually, maybe we test back the similar audience and see widen the audience size and all that. With CTR, then we test creative. But of course, there are more. There will be things that, probably is because of your landing page. Probably you were driving people to different product. Now you're driving people to a different product, and maybe these products are not really resonating. How do we know? We will have to dive in and see the number of people who actually landed on your landing page versus the people who actually initiate checkout and the steps follow. So this is where we dive a lot deeper into your analytics, into your metrics, and see what are the problems that is causing your Facebook ads cost to become higher if you're doing a comparison to previous year or any previous period. So that's what we do. So if we need a lot of data, I wouldn't be just give you this is the whole damn framework, just go through S, A to Z and all that. It's very, very fluid. It really depends on the campaign that you're running or the market that we are serving. So if you need help, I would definitely have to dive deeper into your campaign. If you want to find out why your Facebook ads costs are expensive and what can we do, specifically for your campaign to lower your cost per result, possibly with a few steps that you can possibly take, I would invite you to scan this QR code, and this will take you to another Fiverr gig, whereby with this gig, you actually definitely we can book a 30-minute one-on-one session. But what we do here is we will dive into your campaign analytics. So be prepared to share your screen via Zoom. Make sure you install Zoom on your computer so that I can actually take over the screen to navigate on behalf of you. So from there, I will analyze, dive deep into your existing campaign, and will give you an action plan. And I will give you 3 to 5 steps that you can possibly take based on the data, the analytics, the metrics, and I will tell you what really is happening to your campaign. How can we improve your performance, or how can we bring your Facebook ads cost down with facts, with really proven data, and I will give you the steps that you can take moving forward. If that's what you want, okay, scan this QR code, and I look forward to work with you real soon. Okay, right, so that's what I have. Okay, now we have some questions over here. Just gonna bring up real quick. Akram is asking, is it a quick process to create privacy policy for lead gen campaign? Yes, watch that video, Akram. It's very quick. Okay, right, then we have Lawrence A. Right, thanks for joining me. So currently your page reels is reaching more audience and maybe new audiences, which is good, So yeah, you probably have to craft something. If it's already proven working, then you probably want to craft something that is more specific for your audience in that way. So strategy is now very important right now because, yeah, you don't want to run ads blindly. That's what I want to say. Okay, Lawrence? And yeah, Lawrence asking, where can you view your WhatsApp message started ads metric in desktop or smartphone? Actually, you have to go to custom metrics. Okay, there are some videos on my YouTube channel that I talk about metrics, and I have a simple steps that I guided you how to draw the metrics out. So try to go through those videos. I think it's under my free trainings. Okay, so yeah, okay, then pull those out. I'm not 100% sure whether WhatsApp conversation are being tracked 100% accurately. That's the problem. But then again, I think there are some metrics that you can actually pull to see all these things. Or otherwise, you can scan this QR code. We can actually do a quick dive into your campaign, and I will give you a plan on how we can actually improve the campaign performance, right? Why not? Okay. So yeah, right. Cool. So go through that, and yeah, let me know if you have more questions. Usually do it on desktop. On mobile, not that friendly, not that handy in a way. I always like to say that. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Okay. As usual, I enjoy my AMA. So it's 30 minutes. It's up. And yeah. So if you have any questions, just pop your question as a comment, and I'll see you next week. And have a great week ahead. It's already the final week of the month. We are 2 months to go to end 2023 with a bang. So I look forward to see you in my next Facebook Ads Masterclass. Scan this QR code, like rewind back to that screen, and I'll see you soon. All right. Thanks, guys. See you. Good night. Bye-bye.